So the goal for the day is to get some seats out. I have no illusions into thinking that I'm going to get every seat out of the bus today, but... Oh, there goes Pappy. Okay. I just went to go rescue the cleaning lady from the little yippy Pappy. And of course, she's been here more times than I've been here. And she's like, what is going on with the school bus in the driveway? I bought a bus and I'm turning it into a tiny home, so she's letting me keep it here. And this lady got so excited. She ran up to me and gave me a huge high five and was like, you're stealing my dream. So, already meeting people, having amazing experiences. Good omens. Here we go, let's get these seats out. So my first mistake in the demolition process was wasting time in the morning putting together the creeper that I could have assembled the night before. But it gave me a chance to test my patience for the long day ahead. So I think that is a test of my patience, because now I can finally begin taking the seats out. I predict that building this takes me longer than taking a seat out. That's my prediction. But we won't know until we try. Obviously, there's a lot of ways to do this. I've watched a lot of videos on the different methods, and then I had a conversation with the guy who owns the lot, the dealer that I bought this from, and he takes seats out himself all the time for people who are like millionaires that can pay him to do this instead of doing it themselves, essentially. He said that his dad, who had done this for 30 years, back before it was even a thing, would do the seat removal by himself entirely using vice grips underneath it, unscrewing the bolts, or using an angle grinder on the bolts themselves. Now, I cannot stress this enough. I don't know what I'm doing, and because of that, I want to avoid the sharp, spinny object category of tools for as long as I can possibly muster. These guys have to play lots of musical instruments, and so I'm trying to not risk whatever I don't have to risk. So the plan for now is to use these brand spanking new vice grips underneath the bus to pretend as though I actually have a friend helping me with this. To squeezy the bolts that are connected to these on the underside of the bus, manually go at these bolts, which I know everyone's like, don't do it, it'll take you so long. I understand. So we're gonna see. I don't know, we're gonna find out. No time like the present, here we go. So my second mistake in the seat removal process was actually trying to take the time to unscrew the cushions from the seats. Guys, this is not the way. There's a faster way, and I do figure it out, but I'm pleased as punch that I actually got one off this way. Getting to chuck the old cushion out the door and find some crispy critters, some treasures. But ultimately, I'm looking for something more important. Ah! Aha! Found the culprit. I'm just being an idiot. That's usually, the case. Just a user error. Well, I'm glad it's a user error and not a drive to Lowe's right now before it rains error. It's coming. I really don't think I'm doing anything here. Title of this video: worst way to remove seats ever. Slowest way to remove your seats. How to drive yourself insane. So, oh my hair. Gonna have to live with it. So this can't even get to the bolt because the screw that is going through the bolt, the nut, is too protruding. It keeps knocking up against the inside of this, so I can't actually get a firm grip on that. I have an impact driver. I don't know how to use it, so we're gonna have to figure that out. Hallelujah, the cushions are off of the seats. I feel like I've actually done something now. And I'm gonna keep my hand-ish here-ish because the sun is like trying to murder me. I'm not gonna let it. Oh, but the door is gonna swing. Hey, that actually helped a little bit. Okay, so the cushions are out. I'm gonna kind of get those organized. I'm going to clean up a little bit, cool off, head down to Lowe's and get the sockety, wrenchety things that I apparently just decided to bypass on my 3 trips to Lowe's already in the last 24 hours. So I'm gonna go do that, probably eat a little sniggity snack. The seats came out really surprisingly easy. I mean, I'm a strong girl. I do aerials, so I've got some pretty good upper body strength, but I think anybody could do that. Loosen it up with the crowbar, give it a yank. I was working out some aggression issues I've had the last couple days for, you know, folks telling me I can't do this. It was actually quite therapeutic in that regard. And then there's one seat I had to go back to when I was done and do some manual unscrewing because it was like screwed in a different way because the heater is under there, which I'm gonna have to remove as well. Probably not today. Definitely not today. But yeah, so let's, we're gonna get this stuff organized and I'm gonna head over to Lowe's and get some more stuff. We are going to get this done. So I have actually made quite a bit of progress. Obviously, I've done some things since the last clip, mainly because my phone died. The phone died, it needed to charge, I needed to charge, I needed to eat, I needed to pee, I needed to finish driving without talking to a camera. I decided to do all of those things and then go ahead and remove 2 seats. That's right, 2 seats are out. This out! Out, they're out. The seats are out. Oh, the seats are out. Hey, I removed the first 2 to figure out what the heck I'm doing. And then for the third one, I recorded a video on how to remove bus seats all by yourself. So if you're interested in seeing like the nitty-gritty process of how I made that happen, be sure to check out that video linked down in the description. So now I'm going to set about the task of actually batching through the process of the entire bus, which is 24 remaining seats. I'm gonna do only the outside rails first, the ones that are connected to the walls of the bus. And then if I have time before the sun goes down or it starts raining, I'll do the inside track and then, yeah, figure out what I'm gonna do with all the seats. That's kind of the next question. But my goal in life is to get all the seats out. And if I can get all of the seats out, I'm using token economy, I will grant myself the gift of some DQ. If you watch my music streams on Twitch, then you know that I don't do any fast food, like anything that has a drive-thru. One of my few exceptions to this is DQ, only because of the Blizzard. It's the only thing that I get because you can't really get a Blizzard anywhere else. I can get French fries anywhere, I can get a burger anywhere, but I can only get that Blizzard, turn it upside down, spoon sticking out. I can only get that at the DQ. So if I can get all these seats out, I'm going to get myself some DQ, which means I need to get them out before I leave tomorrow, because I'd really like to have some DQ tonight or tomorrow. I don't think it's gonna happen tonight, but we'll see. So here we go, outside tracks. I'm gonna put on some tunes, I'm gonna get to work. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. Mostly looking forward to the DQ. So now that I got the first 2 seats out, I've made my life exponentially easier since I can access the underneath part of the seats in front of me way better. So what we're looking for is the side rail, which has a bolt that goes through it with a nut holding it in underneath on that side rail. I found that using a vice grip on the top of the bolt and then socket wrenching the bottom to loosen up the nut underneath seemed to work pretty good for a little while, but then I found some sticky ones later on that were a real pain. Once you get it loosened up, you can kind of twisty it off, and you have a naked bolt, bare as the day it was born, and a naked hole. Rinse and repeat on the other side, and deal with some decades-old hairballs. Ranch, 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 ranch. Now, the inside ones are a little bit trickier because these go through the bottom of the bus. Make sure that you wear a mask when you go under the bus, since that's like a hot zone for COVID-19. And then you're gonna take your vice grips that you were using up at the top of the bus, and you're gonna try to find the 2 bolts that match the ones that you were working on inside. Clamp the vice grips onto the inside one and hope that it doesn't fall off before you get back inside the bus. Climb back in, ranch, 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 twisty, 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 twisty. And then you have the joy of repeating this process approximately 100 more times over the course of the bus. And that's about how many times I did it on my 35-foot school bus, since I had 26 seats. Find those vice grips and get back to work. There's even a pillow on this thing. There's a pillow on it, Destiny. It's supposed to be comfy. This is supposed to be a comfortable, wonderful experience. Okay, so legitimately a half an hour later. I think it took me a half an hour to get that one in place because I just couldn't see what I was doing. Eventually I used the camera in photo mode just so I could see a wider frame of the underside of what I was trying to do. So basically it's there. Hopefully it stays. I swear to God, if it falls out and I can't get it, I'm gonna lose my mind. We're not gonna lose our minds. We're gonna stay sane. We have patience. It's a virtue, but we have a lot of other virtues. Okay, let's get this thing out. Give us strength that we may rise above. And if you do it right, you get a little visitor to come and inspect all your hard work. What you think, Pappy? Did I do good? Did I do good? Is it up to your levels of standard? What you think? What do you think? Why someone who is not necessarily a nature person is deciding to get into this, but I almost, screamed like a small child because I heard a buzzing and I thought maybe it might be a bee. Then it sounded kind of alien, and let me tell you, it looks alien. I don't want to get too close. It's like something out of Stephen King. Oh. I went real hard on a couple bolts manually and they just weren't working. And I decided to go with this when I did this to my hand. It's like a big old egg on my hand. I didn't really notice that I drew blood. I think it's probably like a blood blister, but I'm not interested in doing that ever again because I'm a musician, and like I said, sharp spinny things and hurting my hands is a bad idea. So I went with this along a couple of the ones that were giving me trouble. Now there's a few that are still giving me trouble, but that's mostly because they are along the heater or the wheel wells. So some of these ones that are along the wheel wells, I have not even attempted the one by the heater. This emergency exit one, for whatever reason, this back one, this is where the deed was done to my hand. So I'm gonna go at this with a different energy at some point. I did successfully get everything out from this wheel well, except for maybe the back of this one. I'll have to go in and check. And it did start to rain, so I closed that, but now it's not. So I'm gonna open it and get some air. All right, so it's starting to get a little dusky. My eyes are burning, I think. I don't know, maybe it's sweat gone into my eyes, but my eyes are burning. And I'm pretty satisfied with what I got done today, honestly. I basically did 3 full seats out by myself, and then I did all but 6 seats all along the outside, which if you're wondering why I went along the outside is because I have to batch this since I'm doing it completely on my own. Again, make sure that you check out the video for all the details on what exactly I'm doing to get this done by myself without anyone underneath the bus. I tried to go back in with those ones that were giving me trouble with the vice grip because I don't really have another tool right now that's like skinny enough and strong enough to get under there. So probably gonna have to head up to the Lowe's and see what they think, what I could possibly use. Oh my god, my eyes are burning. I haven't worn contacts in a long time. Okay, I'm very happy with my first day. I got seats out. I mean. Something's going on. Something's going on with this eye. Maybe the contact's not in the right place. I don't know. I got a nice little like oil beard going on. I'm gonna get this stuff cleaned up, and I wanna get it done before it gets dark because that's when the mosquitoes will come to end my life. All right, I will see you guys in the next video. Please comment down below if you have questions about this first day. If you have comments, if you're looking and you're like, Destiny, you're making life so much harder than it has to be. It'll be too late for me, but it could help other people that are watching, and hopefully we can all learn something. Okay, I can already hear the mosquitoes buzzing in my ears. Here we go. I will see you in the next video. Links in the description for all the things. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. If not, maybe in one of my streams. Yeah. I'm meandering. Here we go. Bye.